Jatidhansi samidhagni bhasmasmat kurute Arjuna Jnanagni sarvakarmani bhasmasmat kurute tatha. Jatha, as and as. Idhangsi. Idhangsi means fuel. Samidhagni, blazing fire. Bhasmasmat turns into ashes. Just like blazing fire, whatever you put into it, any fuel, that becomes turned into ashes. Similarly, Jnanagni, when your fire of knowledge will be ablazed, then sarva karmani, all reaction of your work will be turned into ashes. Because the reaction of our karma, reaction of our work, is the cause of our bondage. There are good work and bad work also. Here it is stated, sarva karmani. Sarva karmani means either good work or bad work. There are reaction of bad work and there is reaction of good work. But a person who is going to be liberated from this material bondage, for him both good work and bad work are reprehensible. There is no need of reaction of good work also. In this material world, we are attached to perform good work. Not all. Those who are in the modes of goodness, they want to do some good work in the material estimation. And those who are in the modes of passion and ignorance, they do work, bad work, passionate work, work in ignorance. But those who are going to be Krishna conscious, they have no need either this good work or bad work. Why? Now, either you enjoy the reaction of good work or bad work, your material bondage is there. Suppose by bad work I am born, because according to work there are different positions of life. Janmai sajja sutasrivi redumana parpuman. By good work we get a good heritage, birth in a very good place, in a high family, in rich family, aristocratic family. And in bad work, we may get our birth even in the animal kingdom, or lower graded family, poor family. These are Vedic estimation of good work and bad work. But for a person who is going to be Krishna conscious, he has no need either for good work or bad work. Because he has no need of bondage again. Suppose I am born in a very aristocratic family, very rich family. That does not mean that I am getting free from the material misery. Just like we are sitting here, some of you are very well situated, some of you coming from rich family, and some of you may not be so rich, from middle class family. But the temperature of this day is equally hitting us. Ah. There is no consideration that here is a person who is coming from rich family, so the temperature should be lesser for him. No. Therefore, for either we enjoy the reaction of good work, either we enjoy the reaction of bad work. We have to accept this material body. And as soon as we accept this material body, we have to undergo the material miseries. But our whole program is dukkhalayam asasatam. Lord Krishna says, Mam upeta kaunteya dukkhalayam asasatam napnuvanti. You will find in the 10th chapter, the Lord says, anyone who comes to me or gets me, Mam upeta, gets me. We can get Krishna in this life also, by Krishna consciousness. Just like you get into touch with government if you are engaged in the government service. Similarly, if you get into the transcendental service of Krishna, then you get into Krishna. Krishna says, Mam upeta kaunteya. Kaunteya means Arjuna. Oh, the son of Kunti, after attainment of myself by a person, then what is the result? The result is Mam upeta kaunteya dukkhalayam asasatam napnuvanti. He does not get any more to this place of misery. The whole thing is now jnanagni, knowledge, fire of knowledge. That fire of knowledge does not burn in our mind, you see. Therefore, we accept this miserable life as happiness, because there is want of that knowledge. Just like a dog or a hog cannot understand what sort of miserable life he is passing on. He thinks that I am all right, I am enjoying life very nicely. That is called covering influence of material energy. A person who is suffering, just like you will find in the Bawadi street, there are so many drunkards lying on the street. Oh, they are also thinking, oh, we are enjoying life. Enjoying life. But others who are passing on cars, they are taking sympathy on him. Oh, how miserably they are living. So that is the way, covering influence of material nature. I am in miserable life, but I accept it. Oh, I am very happy. I am very happy. This is called ignorance. So, when one is awakened to the full knowledge, he understands, oh, I am not happy. Oh, I want freedom. Oh, there is no freedom. I don't want to die, but there is death. I don't want to become old man. Oh, there is old age. I don't want diseases. Oh, there are diseases. These are the problems. But due to our ignorance, we set aside all these big questions of human problems. We take small problems as very important. We take economic development as the most important thing, forgetting that how long I shall live here in this material world. So 50 or 60 or 100 years. So economic development or no economic development, my life will be finished. Suppose I develop my economic life I accumulate millions of dollars, but when I leave this body, I leave everything. Then again I take my birth according to my reaction, either in poor family or old, rich family, or even animal life. That is, there is no guarantee. This is knowledge. One has to acquire this knowledge. So, unless this knowledge is awakened in our mind or in our consciousness, then whatever we are doing, we must consider that we are being defeated by the influence of material nature. So here Krishna says, Jnanagni sarvakarmani bhasmasvat kurute tatha. As soon as I understand my position, that I want freedom, we are trying to go to the moon planet, but because there is no freedom, we are failing in its every step. Although you are advertising in the paper, now it is 2 years more, 2 years more. The Russians began to sell land in the moon planet, that in 1965 we shall go there. But 1965, now it is going to 1967, now they are silent about selling land in moon planet. The thing is that we want, that is our nature. We want to travel. People are coming from India to America, from America to India. So we want to travel freely. That is my right, because as spirit soul, there is a word you will find in the Bhagavad Gita, Sarvaga. Sarvaga, meaning spirit soul has the potency of going anywhere he likes. Anywhere he likes. There are actually those who have attained perfection in yoga. Of course, that is not the highest perfection. In persons, those who have attained perfection in yoga, they can travel in any planet. And the perfection of yoga is indicated like this, that a yogi dies according to his own will. He is not pressed to leave this body, just like ordinary people. They leave this body under the pressure of nature's law. So they get so much power when they find that now I shall leave this body. They fix up in which planet they will go, and they transfer their soul into that planet. That is the highest yogic perfection. And hardly will find such a yogi. So my point is that the living entity has got the tendency to move freely. To move freely. There are living entities in other higher planets, which is called Siddhaloka. We get this information from Srimad Bhagavatam. In the Siddhaloka planet, there are also living entities or human beings like us. But they are so powerful that without any help of aeroplane or without any help of Sputnik, they can travel from one planet to another. We have got this information. So, when we are free from this material bondage, we have no information how much powerful we are. We are satisfied here by manufacturing something Sputnik, that we are very much satisfied that we are advanced so much in material science, without knowing that without any help of this Sputnik and aeroplane, I can travel all planets. That potency I have got. How that potency we can have, that is the thing we should culture. jnanat, and that can be achieved by jnana, by knowledge. The knowledge, for knowledge everything is there. We have to accept that. Therefore, formerly people used to observe penances and austerities to attain perfection. Now here, in this age, that such austerities and penances are not possible. Are not possible because our life is very short and you are always disturbed. Prayena alpo ayusha kalau vasmin juge jana. Kalau means this age, the age of quarrel and insufficiency, this age of called Kali. Kali means the age of quarrel. We fight on insignificant questions, we fight. Therefore this is called Kali Yuga. So in this yoga, we have got very short period of life. That day I was reading from the 12th chapter, 12th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Perhaps some of you who are present, that in this age the life will be reduced from 20 to 30 years. We have to wait for that time. So gradually things will deteriorate. Therefore, in the Kali Yuga, the yoga practice or the sacrifice or it is a very pompous worship of God, that is not possible. People have got short life, they are always disturbed, they are disturbed with material disturbances, diseases, and they are unfortunate also. They are not very fortunate. So mandya samanda matayo manda bhagya upadruta. Manda, they are very slow and also unfortunate. This very word is used in the Bhagavad. So therefore, in the Kali Yuga, if we want to get all this advantage of knowledge, then the only way is to become Krishna conscious. To become Krishna conscious. That will help us. If that Krishna consciousness is ablaze, that bahunam janmanam antijnanavanam prapaddate, if we can surrender unto Krishna and fully become Krishna conscious, that's the example Arjuna showed. He became Krishna conscious. Then our knowledge will be ablaze and all the reaction of our good work and bad work will be turned into ashes. We shall be purified. Nahi jnanena sadrisam pavitram yaha vidyate. The Lord says again, there is nothing purified things in this material world except jnana, that knowledge. What is that knowledge? That knowledge is that I am part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, my business is to dovetail myself with the Supreme Consciousness. I am individual consciousness and I shall be dovetailed with the Supreme Consciousness. That is Jnana. This is the purest thing in this material world. Everything is contaminated here by some modes of material nature. Even the modes of material nature of goodness, that is also another kind of contamination. And what to speak of the modes of passion and ignorance. Even goodness, in goodness one becomes enlightened. He becomes enlightened about his position, about this matter, about transcendental subject. But the defect is there. Oh, now I have understood everything. I am all right. He wants to stay here. That means a first-class prisoner, he is offered all kinds of facilities in the prison house. Oh, he thinks, oh, now I am all right. So, even the modes of goodness, that is also a cause of our bondage. Therefore we have to transcend even the quality of goodness. Even the quality of goodness we have to transcend. That transcendental position is Krishna consciousness. The transcendental position is also begins. Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahma. I am not this matter. But that position is also unsettled because Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Nasochati Nakankhati Samas Sarveshu Bhuteshu Madbhakti Lavate Param. Now it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. In the Brahma Bhuta stage means self-realization of transcendental position. That I am not this matter. I am spirit soul. This realization is called Brahma Bhuta. We are Brahma. We are not matter. But somewhere or other we have been in contact with the matter. Therefore, out of ignorance, I am identifying myself with this material body. But actually, we are not matter. That we can understand. If I had been matter, then as soon as my dead body is there, no matter can revive the life. Now they have made so much scientific improvement, material science improvement. Now suppose there is a body, dead body. Now if the living force was something material, then bring something material and inject in that dead body and get him up again. No, that is not possible. Because that spiritual thing is gone. And we have no control over the spiritual thing. The spirit soul, that is a superior nature. We have been simply informed in Bhagavad Gita that is a superior nature. This is inferior nature. So this inferior nature is my bondage. I am not this inferior nature. But Krishna says, Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitram yavid. So as soon as we become, revive to our position, Brahma Bhuta, then our first symptom will be Prasannatma. Prasannatma. And we shall be joyful. Prasannatma, nasochati, nakankati, there will be no lamentation and no hankering. But the difficulty is that even if we rise up to the Brahma Bhuta stage, and if we do not take to the service of Krishna, then there is possibility of falling down again. That information I have got. Arujjakrichena parang padang tata padanti adha anadritajusmadangha. Just like you may rise very high in the sky, but if you have no shelter there, if your aeroplane or Sputnik fails, then again you fall down. Again you fall down. So, if you rise up to that stage that you can attain some planet and take your rest there, then there is no possibility of falling down. But so long you are in the sky, there is every chance of falling down. Every chance. Similarly, simple understanding of Brahma Bhuta state will not help me unless I get shelter unto Krishna. As soon as I get shelter unto Krishna, as soon as I engage myself in the service of Krishna, then there is no chance of falling down again into this material world. Because there is engagement. Our nature is such that we want some engagement. Parang drishyani vartate. Just like a child. Child is playing all day and doing mischief in the house. So He cannot be stopped mischief doing. He must be given some engagement. If he is given some engagement, some playthings, and if his attention is diverted there, then he will stop mischief making in the home. Otherwise, idle brain, devil sort of, he will go on, gone. So therefore, we must have spiritual engagement. Simple understanding that I am spirit soul will not help me. Brahmabhuta prasannatma, the Brahmabhuta state, situation is that I am not matter, I am spirit. That's all right. But you have to sustain the spirit. How you can sustain? You can sustain when there is spiritual engagement. Otherwise it will not work. Otherwise I may continue for some time, but there is chance of falling down because we have got this information and a practical experience also. Great, yogis and jnanis, they again come. We have some practical experience, as sometimes we find a person leaves all worldly engagement, gives up his family connection, becomes a renounced order, sannyasi, and highest order, and then after some time he becomes engaged in opening hospitals and philanthropic work and in politics. We have seen it. Oh, why? You have renounced the world, why you are in hospital making business? The hospital making business is there, going on by the government, by the state. You are not meant for making hospitals. You have to make hospitals how people can get rid of this material body. That is spiritual activity. We also require to open hospitals. And what is this hospital? To cure this material disease, not this temporary disease. Again it may be attacked. The complete cure of material disease, that sort of hospital will be required. That hospital is this Krishna Consciousness Society. If you take treatment under this Krishna Consciousness Society, then we shall be cured of this material disease. Otherwise, we shall be again attacked with some kind of body. Bhashamsi jinnani jatha vihaya. Just like we change our dresses from one dress to another, similarly, this body to another body, transmigration of the soul. But we are meant for now completely ceasing to have any material body in the next life. That should be our aim of life. That knowledge is called the purest knowledge. Nahi jnanena sadrisam pavitramya. That knowledge is the purest knowledge. Tat sang yoga samsiddhya kalena atmani bindati. Now, by becoming Krishna consciousness, by this yoga, bhakti yoga, it can be successful. Yoga samsiddhya. And in due course of time, you will understand that, yes, I am in right path. In due course, immediately you may be very doubtful whether I have accepted the right path or not. But in kalena, in due course of time, if you continue the process, that from the next verse it is stated, Sadhyavan lavati jnanam. Sadhyavan, one who is faithful, he can take up this knowledge. Faithful. Those who are hesitating, those who have no faith, it is very difficult for them. We have to accept because the method is standard and it is given by the highest authority, Krishna. So we must have such faith. Oh, here is a thing authoritative. Just like faith in any transaction, we must have some faith. Now suppose if I go to California from here from New York. Now I have purchased the ticket by going by air. Now, I have got this faith that this company, this aeroplane company will take me to there. Maybe there may be some accident, but on faith I accept it. Yes, it will take me there. Oh. When we go to the barber shop, on faith we stretch our neck and the razor is going on. He may at once put into the neck. But we keep the faith, yes, we have got the faith, we will not do that. So without faith we cannot make progress. If in ordinary dealings we have to accept faithfully something, who knows that this aeroplane will take me to California? It may go down to hell in the oil. There, in the bus, there may be some accident. In the railway, there may be some accident. There is possibility. But on faith we accept. So if we want to make progress, we must have faith. And where to keep our faith? In the authority. We are not going to book our ticket in an unauthorized company. Those who are acknowledged company, we purchase their ticket to go to California. Similarly, here we must have faith in Krishna. If you have got this faith in Krishna or Lord Jesus Christ or whatever you may have, without faith we cannot make progress. That is called faithful. And those who have no faith, they are called faithless. So here it is clearly stated, Saddhava lavate jnanam. Those who are faithful, they can make progress in this knowledge of spiritual advancement. Tatpara sangjatendriya. And faith, how we become faithful? Na sanjata indriya. You have to control the senses. The whole thing is, our material existence is here because we want to gratify senses. That is the whole disease. So this faith of spiritual advancement can be, I'm going to say, enhanced when we agree at the same time, sanjata indriya. Just like if you are taking treatment of a physician, you have faith, all right, but the physician says, don't do this, and if you do this, then what kind of faith you have got? Physician, when he treats some patient, he prescribes something, don't do this and do this. Some do not, some do. Now, if I say, my dear physician, I have got all faith in you, very good, but I cannot follow your instruction. You say, do not, I do it. Oh, how you are faithful? How you are faithful? So, Saddhavan lavate jnanam tat para sangjatendriya. You have to follow the instruction with faith. Then you get it. You have to follow the instruction with faith. Saddhavan lavate jnanam tatpara sangjatendriya jnanam labdha parang shanti achirena adhikachyati. And when the formula is properly executed and he attains to the stage of knowledge, then his profit is jnanam labdha parang shanti. He gets complete peace. Parang shanti. Complete peace, achirena. And that peace is very near to you. In the near future you will have, if you faithfully follow. Not very long. Achirena. Achirena means very near. Very near. Saddhava lavati jnanam tatpara sangjatendriya jnanam labdha. And when that stage is achieved, then you will feel, oh, there is no happiest man in the world like me. That stage you will have. Just like when the disease is cured. uh, when disease, just like you have got some boil in the hand or some part of your body, and the physician says it has to be surgically operated. Uh, Now, with faith, you undergo the surgical operation, and during the operation it may seem very severe. You may be feeling very severely, but when the pulses are out and it is bandaged, oh, you feel relief. Oh, my dear physician, you have done a great deal of work. You are angel. But when the operation is going on, you are at hell. So, this is the thing. With faith, we have to accept the formula and we have to execute it. But if we do it, because the authority is there, we are keeping our faith not to a third-class person, to the supreme authority, Krishna. We have to understand first. Therefore, we have discussed this word, tadvijnanatham tadvidhi pranipatena. For attainment of knowledge, we have to approach such a person where we can keep our faith. If we are faithless, if we go somewhere where we cannot keep our faith, that is also necessary. We must find out such a person who is actually worth for keeping my faith. If we find out a third-class person and keep my faith, then there may be dangerous thing. So here, Krishna is the most authorized personality. Now anyone who is actually Krishna conscious, then you can accept him as the same as Krishna. Because a person fully in Krishna consciousness, he is the bona fide representative of Krishna. He is the bona fide representative of Krishna. So keeping faith on Krishna or to his bona fide representative is the same thing. So that Sadhavan, if you follow Samjita Indriya with controlled senses, then your result is guaranteed. And you'll feel it. How you'll feel it? Just like you are hungry and if you are given some food stuff and you eat it, and as you eat it you feel that yes, I am feeling satisfaction. So you'll feel it. You won't have to ask anybody that whether I am making progress or not. You yourself will feel it. Achirena, santi, you feel full peace, achirena, very soon. Then, agnascha saddadhanascha samsayatma vinasati. And those who are faithless or hesitating, they have no chance. They have no chance. Agnascha, that hesitation is due to also ignorance. Agnascha asaddadhana, and ignorant and faithless, samsayatma, hesitating, vinasati. He is hopeless. Nayam lokasti na parana sukham samsayatma. Anyone who is hesitating in accepting this principle of knowledge of Krishna consciousness, for him, nayam lokasti, not in this material world will be happy. And what to speak of his next life? If he has no faith, then even in this material world he will be unhappy. In material world he is unhappy, he is already miserable, he will be more miserable. He will feel always disturbed, miserable, the faithless. So, for a faithless, the situation is very precarious. So, here is an authoritative person and the authoritative book, Bhagavad Gita, and spoken by the Lord himself, Sri Krishna. And if we accept faithfully, with confidence, that here is an authority, just the same way that when I am purchasing a ticket from a recognized company, just like I am keeping my money in some bank, thousands of dollars. Why? With faith. With faith. So they have created some faith. Otherwise, thousands and thousands of dollars are coming in the bank. Why? There is faith. Who knows, the bank may fail or may not pay because the money is out of my hand. Now, they may not pay it. It may be. But because I have faith, I am putting my money there. So faith is required. Where? Authority. Here is authority. Why you are putting our money in the bank? Because we have got faith. We have the confidence that this bank will not fail. Similarly, if we can keep our faith in an ordinary bank or a traveling agent, can we not keep our faith? Krishna, who is accepted as the Supreme Personality of Godhead by all other big authorities, even by Shankaracharya, Ramanujarya, Lord Chaitanya, all these. So we have to follow the footprints of great authorities. Mahajana jena gatasya pantha. Faith is created. Just like we also follow others. Just like if I put some money in the bank, I see so many people are keeping their money, so I may also keep. So if Krishna has been accepted as the supreme authority by so many big men, why should we not keep our faith in Krishna or Jesus Christ? That's all right. We must keep our faith and faithfully we shall discharge our duties, and if we follow that principle, the result is guaranteed. Thank you very much. Any question? Why the door is closed?
Movement,
Come here.
order.
Huh?
I have read, the different books before I come to it. These people are doing things. When I come in here, there's sound and movement and odor, and three touches in the around.
Yeah. This transcendental sound is a process of cleansing our mind. This is also transcendental sound. This is not ordinary sound. Cheta darpana marjanam. Well, the whole thing is due to our unclean mind. So this transcendental sound is the process of cleaning the mind. And in clean mind, we can accept transcendental subject. Otherwise, it is sometimes disturbing. This, yes. Yes.
In other words, you don't want to negate the senses.
Eh?
In other words, there's no negation of the senses.
No negation?
The senses.
Senses. Yes. And here the senses, we have got our transcendental senses. Now it is covered, just like in our disease condition. The same hand, the same nose, same ear are there, but we feel something extraordinary. Oh, there is headache. Oh, my hand is burning. That. But when the disease is cured, then you don't feel that sensation. So, senses we have got, that is our spiritual sense. So we have to revive our spiritual senses. We are not senseless. As spirit soul, we have got our original senses. But that senses are now covered by this material contamination. Just like my senses, my hand burns during fever, due to the fever. But when the fever is removed, when I get free from the fever attack, then I feel nice. Similarly, we have got our senses. When we are freed from this material contamination, then we have got our proper use of the sense and enjoyment. So we have to wait for that purpose. And if in our disease condition we go on satisfying the senses, then the disease will be aggravated. So for the present, we have to control the senses, samjata indriya, just to get us cured from this material disease. That is it. You are not to kill your senses. That is not good. Because your hand is burning due to some disease, or if the physician says, all right, cut off this hand, or that is not treatment. The treatment is that sensation, that burning sensation should be cured and should live as it is. So we have got all desires, we have got all senses spiritual, and we have to revive that. And that Krishna consciousness will help us to revive our original status of senses. And that original status of senses, that sense of enjoyment will be spiritual enjoyment. That will give us real sukham attam tikam jat atindriya grahyam, you'll find in the Bhagavad Gita. That happiness, happiness perceived by the senses is beyond these material senses. And in the Narad Bhakti Sutta also you find that Rishikena Rishikesa Sevanam Bhakti Richat Sarvapadi Vinimuktam Tatparatena Nirmala. When our senses are freed from all designation, just like due to fever I am feeling some extra sensation in my hand, that is a designation. When that designation is freed, then I come to my normal state. Similarly, at the present moment, due to this covering of material body, I have got different designated sensations. Designated sensations. I am feeling, I am just using my senses under some designation. So we have to get free from this designation. That is the whole spiritual process. You haven't got to kill your senses. And that will help you when you are in Krishna consciousness. Which are beyond the topics. Just like we have talked something on some subject matter, Krishna consciousness is the highest knowledge. So we have heard so many things about it. If there is any doubt about that statement, you can ask. That was my point. Otherwise, any question?
That's what I would come.
Eh? So you can ask any question on the topic which you have already finished.